Sounds good.
Hello, hello, and welcome, Travel Week readers. Thank you so much for joining us today. As you may or may not know, I am Candice, and I am here representing Travel Week. And I am so excited to introduce our show for today. We have the lovely Cindy Chau, who is here from Exoticca Tours, and she is going to give all of you lovely agents a wonderful Exoticca 101 training. And I know there are so many of you signed up for this, so lots of excitement and agents who are wanting to learn more. Just a few notes of housekeeping before we begin. Number one is that if you have any questions, please feel free to put those into the Q&A box you see at the bottom of your screen. I will be on at the very end of today's show to ask any questions that you have to Cindy on your behalf. So please don't be shy. Use this time to get those questions answered, and I will be happy to ask them for you live when Cindy is done with the presentation portion of the show. I'm just turning the chat on now, so you'll have that on as well. And so you can make comments in there and share any experiences you have. Maybe you've had clients already on Exoticca Tours and you'd like to share some great experiences that they've had as well. Otherwise, if you have questions, put those in the Q&A. We also have an amazing prize attached to today's webinar. It is a $50 Amazon gift card. Yay! And all you have to do to be eligible to win that prize is stay through to the very end of today's webinar. Once you stay through to the end, you will automatically be entered into the draw to win. It is a random draw. A name will be picked, and we will announce the winner in the follow-up email to this webinar. So stay tuned for the follow-up where you will see the winner announced there as well. And I think that is all my housekeeping for today. And so with that, I am so excited to pass the floor over to Cindy, and I will see you all again at the end of the show. Thanks so much, Cindy, and take it away.
Great. Thank you so much, Candice. And that's such a nice, warm welcome. And thank you, Travel Week, for having us on your show this week. My name again is Cindy Chau. I am the Director of Sales for British Columbia and the Yukon. So I'm your BDM if you are based here in BC. But if you're not based here in BC, we definitely have support for you. I want to say a big hello to all of you across the country. So as I said, I am going to be doing a little bit of a 101 go through of what Exoticca is, who we are, and also walk you through a little bit of our tour to what to expect to tell your clients when they are on an Exoticca tour. So maybe some of you guys have heard our last webinars or have talked to your BDMs with Exoticca. I will be sharing a couple of new things that are coming up. As you know, we are a tech company based in Barcelona with 400 employees over there. We have lots of changes, and we do really listen to you as the agents, all the feedback that you send to us, everything of your suggestions. We really do take that feedback seriously and share it with our head office. And our head office, because they own the website and own the technology, we can actually do changes quickly and do modifications. So that's always a really nice thing that you know when your feedback is being heard. So as I said, the Exoticca product, we've been around since 2013, but a little bit newer, obviously, in North America. North America, we started to come in about 2020, and we really wanted to support and show the North American market that we are here to stay. And we are the ones that want to help the travel agents sell our product. Yes, we do go direct. There is consumer, but we do not push that. So just to give you a little bit of information of how it is in the country, when I started, it was just two people who represented Canada. And now, when I started, I was the third, and then we hired two more, which was Sharon that we have in Alberta, as well as we have Diana Winters in Ontario. Our team has now grown to 8 of us in Canada. So we have Marianne, who is based in Quebec. We also have Aaron Chauncey in Atlantic Canada. And then we have two brand new BDMs in Ontario for East and West, who is Jasmine as well as Desiree. So we're very excited that our company is growing and the support to you, the industry, is there as well. So you can reach out to us to help you sell Exotica. So as you can see on my screen, this is kind of who we are. I just want to highlight on a couple of things that is written there. Our average age on our tours is 55, but we have just launched something new called our family collection. And I will talk about that a little bit later in my presentation. But I wanted to say to you that we have some new stuff now. We are smaller groups, and I want to make sure that agents understand with saying small groups, this can change depending on the seasonality of the destination. And so when you think of that, if that destination you're sending your client to is high season, we can go as high as 35. So our max is 35. We do have a handful of tours, maybe about 5 or 6 tours that do go as high as 50. One of them is Turkey during high season. So when you do sell our product, please share that with your client because then the expectation is there that they may expect that many clients. Now, during low season, in a destination. So if you are going into, let's say, Asia or Europe and it is low season, not during summer season, high season, then you can expect a lower amount of touring clients. And that can consist of between 18 to 20 passengers. But the great news with Exotica is that once you've booked your two clients, it is guaranteed to go. So we do not cancel any of our tours as long as you have two people. So if you book two people, it is there. The only thing I wanted to remind you is we do get a lot of questions about singles, so solo travelers. Yes, we definitely take solo travelers, but if you are shopping for a solo traveler and you see on the calendar that you saw lots and lots of dates, and then once you go ahead and change that adults from 2 to 1, and a lot of dates drop off, that means we just don't have anybody booked yet for that date. All right. So once somebody books into that date, then you will also see that date open up because again, we will guarantee that tour as long as there's two people on there. All right. I hope that clears up some questions sometimes out there that people have. And what do we include in our tours? We include air, land, transfers, activities, and some meals. We do sell land only as well through a travel agent only, which is great for you because they can't go directly to us and book land. They have to book the full package when it's direct. But with you, if you need to add on a tour, let's say they are going over for a cruise or they're going to visit family and they want to also do a tour, this is a great opportunity to be able to sell the tour on its own as land only. We will try to manipulate the air or deviate the air portion pre and post, but that is something we're working on a little bit more because post we do have that you can do that on the website at the moment from 1 to usually 5 days, but pre we have not loaded that into the website, but you can call and ask. Now, please be patient with our reservation staff because it is a deviation. And most of our tours itself, like the meat and potatoes, I like to say, are not allowed to be deviated. Our tours are called What You See is What You Get. And so that's easy when you're selling our tours is that, oh, this is the tour, this is how it's laid out, and that's what you get. So I'll move on to the next screen and kind of share with you the best sellers of our tours in our destinations so that when clients are asking, hey, I'm looking at doing a European tour. Where do you think I should go? Then you can turn to us and look at our suggestions because these are our best sellers. Spain, of course, is a beautiful place to go. Barcelona is where our head office is. I have been there twice. It's an amazing place to go and a great, amazing experience and lots of sightseeing to see. Portugal is number one, I think, all across the board when it comes to Europe. I am going to be hosting our Portugal fan this year in November. I'm very, very excited myself. I've never been. And so this is a very big eye-opening for me, and I get to share my experience with all of you when I come back as well. Italy, of course, is one of those places that everybody wants to go and see. France, no brainer that everybody wants to go see that Eiffel Tower, and Greece. Uh, I also wanted to throw in that when you are booking our tours, or if it's a one country or multiple country, we always include your inter travel. So if it's a ferry, if it's a flight, if it is a train, we will include all that. Now, if you take our land only portion, the only thing you forfeit is the transfers because we don't know your flights anymore. We can't supply the transfers into the arrival and the departure of the tour. So that's the only thing you do forfeit. And I'll move on to South America. And so in South America, it is a bucket list place. People want to get here. I always hear clients and agents tell me, like, oh, one day I'm going to get there. One day I need to go to Ecuador. And one day I need to go to Peru. The greatest thing about Exotica, and this is why I joined the company and so excited, was that we are affordable to get to these destinations now. As I said to Candace earlier when we were just chit-chatting, it's not uh when can I go there anymore? It's where should I be going next is the mindset of everybody that everybody should be thinking. And that's kind of how I think too with my family. And so I think everybody should be wanting to go and see these beautiful, beautiful places. So our best sellers here are, as I said, Ecuador, Peru, Argentina, and Brazil. And all of our tours are English speaking guides. And I wanted to let you know that we use local speaking guides as well. So, how it works with us is that you don't necessarily have the same tour guide the entire time on our tour. So if you are hitting multiple countries or multiple cities, even in our tour, you may see one, two, three, even up to four guides while you are touring with us. We do also give free days on our tour. So when you are touring and you have a free day, because we are giving back some time for you to relax, because vacation is also about relaxing and soaking in the culture and really immersing yourself, that also is a day that you get to take in and soak in. So if that day is a free day, there may not be a guide there, but we do have support, and I will share all that support system with you in the presentation as well. We'll move on over to Asia. And as I said, Turkey is very popular during high season. So Turkey is one of our best sellers and one of our larger tours that can go up to 50 passengers during high season. But low season, you're looking at about 20 to 25 passengers during the low season in that beautiful destination. India's definitely up there. Taj Mahal is everybody, that wants to take that great photo in front of. Japan. Japan is another place that everybody's going, including myself. I am going there on vacation with my family this year. I'm so super excited to go back. I haven't been back since I think before children. So I'm excited to tour a lot more of Japan, go out to Osaka and see Kyoto and Nara. We do self-guided Japan just because we understand it's very safe. It's a really great country to explore yourself. So how our self-guided works as opposed to our escorted, fully escorted, is that we will be giving you everything on an itinerary, but you kind of explore it on your own. When you get to the activity, you will have a guide maybe to take you into that activity. And then when you leave, you just go back on your own and you go do your own thing. So that's kind of the difference on the types of tours that we have. I like to explain it to agents that we are kind of that FIT and escorted tour kind of smashed in the middle into a perfect world of clients who want a little bit of independence and a little bit of downtime and also want to not miss those key areas and key points of the city or the country that they've gone to go see. So that's kind of how our tours are highlighted and done up. Then we'll move over to Africa. And of course, Africa is that definite place that everybody wants to go to and see those beautiful animals and see those beautiful different areas. Morocco is definitely up there and it is very affordable to the Morocco tours. South Africa, everybody wants to do that game drive. And so an example that I wanted to tell you is that when you go to South Africa, we will always include a game drive. So a game drive is you get into those 4x4s as you see in that picture. You will go into the park. They will go search for the big five. The big five is those animals that you want to go see, and so that's always included. Now we understand clients that go to South Africa may want to go more and do more game drives and go see more animals. Now we don't guarantee that you'll be able to see all the animals, but we will, of course, take you into the parks to go search for them. So the difference with us and sometimes the other tour companies is that we include one, but we also include that you can do an optional and add 2 to 3 to 4 more game drives. And this will go into different areas of the parks as well to go find the animals in different parts. So as I said, not everybody wants to go to South Africa and just see the animals because we understand that is a main part. There's also other things that people want to do. They want to maybe go to the wineries. They want to really go in, immerse themselves into the food, the culture. There is some really great stuff to explore. And so this also gives them the opportunity to do that with us. All right. Egypt is up there. When it comes to the bestseller. And I get that question all the time. How is Egypt? Is it safe? Can I send my clients? 100% it is a definite yes. Our highest NPS scores, which is our clients that come back and survey the tour, the highest in all of our tours is Egypt. I just saw the numbers come in last month, and Egypt is up there. So that goes to show you that the tour itself, you will not see anything that your client sees or yourself sees in the media. It is very secluded that you will see the main tourist spots of Egypt and really enjoy what you are going there to experience. And then Kenya. Kenya is a beautiful area that has been coming up and everybody wants to go see. We have also added that and is one of our best sellers. So I'm going to dive right into one of our tours to kind of walk you through it quickly, just to let you know what to expect on most of our tours when you are sending a client on Exoticca. I went to Jordan last year and got to do our full tour experience. And again, it is an amazing experience. Jordan was not on my list, my bucket list, but I am so happy and was excited to be able to go to this and experience this incredible country. So let's dive right into it and kind of show you what to expect. So, of course, this is the overview of the tour, what you're going to get. Of course, we create the product, and how we create it is we do direct contracting. A lot of questions is, how do you guys get it so affordable? And how we do that is that we direct contract the hotel, the transfer company, the guides. And how we do it is we build it ourselves. We have a product team in Barcelona, a whole team that really puts the pieces together. But how we make it affordable also into the destinations is that we let the hotels know, we contract them that we're going to check in this day, check out this day, check in this day, check out this day. So then they have guaranteed numbers and check in and check out dates. Our activities, same thing. Our activities are going to be coming in this day, this day, and this day. That's why when I say to you and you're selling our product, that it's what you see is what you get. And so a lot of times agents are like, you know what, I love your products, Cindy, but I like to deviate. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, we can't be deviated because it is affordable for a reason. And yes, you can add on our optional tours, but that is the only deviation you can do. And clients sometimes understand that. And they're like, okay, well, I love it. Let's go. I'm okay with it. Some clients are like, no, I want to pay the extra. I want it, customized and this and that, then that's fine. That's just not our client. So as you can see, this is the overview of the Jordan. When you arrive into all the areas of our tours, if you've taken our air, our transfer company will come. And how you look for them is they are either wearing something Exotica, or they're holding up a sign that says Exotica, or they were holding up a sign of your client's name. So when I landed into Jordan at 5:30 a.m. in the morning, my transfer airport guide came and I was actually met before the passport kiosk. So that was great. He walked me over to the passport kiosk. We stamped my passport, walked over to get my luggage, walked outside, and the transfer came up and picked me up. So that's kind of how it is. And I always say to agents to tell clients, if you don't see them there, keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Go get your passport done, go get your luggage, walk outside, just keep on looking and looking for it because it depends on the city that they land in. That's where they get to stay and do the meet and greet. So this was a 9-day, 7-night in destination. These are the including factors of the tour at that time. These are the highlights that you will see. As you can see, there is everything that pretty much anybody thought about when they think of going to Jordan. So that is how it works with most of our tours when you're going into that country. You will see Petra, you will see the Dead Sea, you will see and go into the Wadi Rum and experience the desert. So that's exactly what we got to do. And I like to tell also people that we don't do a lot of fluff. We don't do pushing into these little, like, okay, there's a little time here. We're going to throw in, another cathedral or another church. So when I went for these 9 days, 7 nights in destination, I saw two churches, I saw two castles, and then I saw all the other big highlights of Jordan. So that goes to show you that, again, you might tour in the day and then it ends in the afternoon, and then the rest of the day is yours. You can either relax at the hotel or go walk around, explore, grab a bite to eat, and really just hang out and get to know maybe even the locals. So that gives you that opportunity. So when you fly in, you usually spend the night. So every single one of our tours, you fly in the day of, no touring. So your transfer will come pick you up and then they will whisk you away, take you to your hotel, make sure you checked in, you're good to go. They'll leave, then it's rest. So you rest the rest of the day, you sleep, you wake up, you have breakfast, and then you will meet your guide, and then you will go along with the group tour as well. Now, also, I wanted to let you know that we do sell 3 different types of hotels. So we do sell Charm, which is our lead-in 3-star types of hotels. Sometimes they're boutique hotels, smaller family-owned hotels, a little bit outskirts of the city. Then we have Superior, that's a little bit closer, a step up, usually 4-star. We also do sell luxury, which is our luxury 5-star types of hotels closer to the city center and all that. But when you book our hotels and the different types of hotels, that's the only difference. All right. The tour itself is exactly the same. You're just staying at a different hotel. And yes, we do pick up at other hotels. So sometimes if your client's like, oh, okay, well, when does the tour start? Yes, that could be 40 minutes after they've gotten onto the bus, because yes, they might have had to pick up 1 or 2 other areas. So just to let you know. So as you see day 3, you will see and sightsee the castles, the city tours, the city that you're in, and then you will go into the areas that are very famous for Jordan. Dead Sea, of course, is one of the must-sees. I did it. I walked in it. I did float, and then I left. So it's that very, very uh, amazing experience for sure at the Dead Sea. Then we also went into the world famous Petra. We drove all the way there, Petra by night. It's a beautiful experience, but it is a little bit highly overrated, just by all means, my opinion. But if the client wants to experience it and see it, of course, that is something that is an optional tour. Then the next day, our tour guide will take them right into Petra, go right into it, and really see the attraction. It is a $25,000, 25,000 step day. It's about 8 kilometers in, 4 kilometers to the spot that everybody, obviously the treasury that everybody likes to take photos in the Instagram photos. So that's 4 kilometers, and then another 4 kilometers to the end, and then there's the monastery. So that's why I'm saying it is a very long day for sure for Petra, but a beautiful, beautiful experience. There are other ways to get in. You can take a cart that's extra to be paid. There are horses, there are horse and carriages and donkeys that do that as well, but that again is your client's discretion and when they are at the attraction. Then you will be taken into Wadi Rum. It's that great experience into the desert. As you can see, there is domes that they can stay at. The tents, they say, oh, it's a tent. Do I have to pitch my own tent and stay? No, it's actually just a wooden hotel. I wanted to describe it. And you're there, you're in the desert. You do get to experience the dancing and the food, the culture of it while you're there. And they also do stargazing. And if you stay in the dome, the upgraded dome, it is that 180-degree of seeing the stars while you're sleeping, that experience. So if anybody's watched the movie Dune or Martian, it's the same kind of experience. And that's kind of what they used there. And those movies were actually filmed in Wadi Rum. So as you go through, you will come back and then return and then go home. So that's kind of how the tour is, a quick little run through of it. As I said, we are there to support your clients and yourself as well. Because you've booked the air through us, we take care of it. So if there's any sketch changes, anything that happens while they're there or before, we will help you. That's the nice thing, right? Time is money, and we even pay on that. So our commission is on the full price that you see when you are booking it. And we don't hide anything else or take out anything. You get the full commission. So when your client gets their final documents, so it's called the final trip summary, this will kind of unblur and a WhatsApp phone number will come up as well as a phone number will come up. So these are good for 24/7 assistance while they're in destination. And so as I said, we hold your client's hand, but we don't suffocate them. So we're not there 24/7 in their face, hey, you got to get up this time, eat at this time, and sleep at this time. We a little bit, some days might be like that, but some days are not. And so when some days you're on your own, and if you're like, I don't know what to do, or what should I go see, or what should I go eat? They can actually WhatsApp our guides and ask for suggestions. So it's really nice that we're there for them. And, if they need the assistance, they are instead of them calling you, right, at 3 in the morning. So that's a nice extra step or support that we do. So before that all goes as well, we support you here. There's me, your BDM here in BC, but also there's 8 of us across Canada. So if I'm traveling or I'm away, we always have a support system that we support each other. We're a very good team and and use each other and help each other. So you'll always have somebody that you can contact. There's also a phone number, of course, that you contact our reservation staff that you go and call, and you can also email us. Now, if you want more training as well, we do offer our onboarding training that we do. If you haven't registered with us, please do go online and register under the Travel Advisor portal. It takes 2 minutes to register. It's under your IATA and under your consortia or whoever you belong to. Even if you're independent, that's okay. Your IATA will work. Then you will be in, and you can go ahead and book and earn commission right away with us. So if you want more training, we do the onboarding, which is one of our Barcelona girls out there will reach out and you walk through our website a little bit more. And then after you've done that, there's a voucher that comes out to you and you will get a $200 commission bonus on your first Exotica booking with us that we will pay you and say thank you for attending our training session. So, other than that, we also want to help you, of course, help your business. You guys are all travel agents who want more business and want more people to book. We would like to help you in that aspect. We are a tech company, so we like to help you with social media, marketing material, promotional, product flyers, banners, all these things we have on our website. And so when you're logged in, you can find all that, and I will show you in a minute. But if you book your onboarding, they will also go through that a little more. So once you're in and registered as an agent, you will come into this portal, and this portal has lots of stuff for you. And so as you can see here, uh, the training section's right up top on the training tab. And it is right on the right-hand side, as you can see, the Exotica advisors. Your book now, of course, is to book your bookings. And then under that is bookings. You can click on that and see all the ones that you're booking, that are confirmed, that have canceled, that you've held, and everything is there. So it's really nice. It's one spot. We also show you where all your commission is. And we do pay out commission right away. So because we ask for a high deposit, which is 60% deposit, and the reason why we need 60% deposit is because we issue the tickets, and you guys all know how restrictive airline tickets are. So we issue the tickets and your clients are booked and ready to go. And that's why we take 60%. And because we've taken that money, we would like to pay you out. So depending on your consortia too, or your management team or whatever, how you get paid out, that's how they pay out. But we do pay out the 60% right away. 16%, sorry, the commission on the 60%. Then we have a rewards program. So if you're already signed up or you haven't signed up yet, once you're signed up, you'll automatically be enrolled into our partner rewards. And the more you sell, the more money we like to pay you. That always sounds really great. And then right underneath that is your training tab. So if you click on the training tab, you can also do some self-training if you're like, okay, I don't know what Cindy said, or I don't remember how I was supposed to find that. That's okay. You can come here, or you've done the onboarding. I always say you agents need to know the whole world and multi different types of companies. You can't just remember little old me, right? So I understand that you might not remember how to do something on our website, but here is how you can find it. And if you can't, that's okay. We're happy to help over the phone as well. So as I said, we have added new things, and also you can book land only. This is probably the hardest thing to find. We've sent lots of feedback to say, hey, can we move this up or put a tab or whatever it is to add the land only portion easier. We're almost there, I promise. But how to find it is you pick your tour. Once you're in your tour, the second screen, there is a calendar that comes up right here. And once it's up, you scroll all the way to the bottom and you click on land only. And then once you've clicked on that, it will take out the air portion. Now, I've gotten the question of, oh, I've done that. I've taken out the air. How come it's only $300 less, Cindy? because sometimes we do have air contracts that are packaged air contracts. So when we do that, sometimes the airlines will give us better air when it is packaged with land. You guys all know that, and that's why we also have those types of contracts. So sometimes they'll take out, almost what it is if you book the air on its own, and sometimes it's just a small portion of the package. All right. So keep that in mind as well. So, as I said, new things and exciting things are coming. This is one of the things that agents were asking for is more flights, more suggestions, and also business class. We have added a new tab now for business class. The other thing that is coming up and on the next roster is going to be premium economy fares. That will be coming down the pipe soon. So I wanted to show you, as we always do, best price first. You have to also look at this. As you can see, no check luggage. If you click on show more results, it will open up more and show you more. Sometimes it will add, sometimes it'll be the same price, but if it adds price, that means, oh, it might be a quicker time. It might include luggage. It might be a different class of service. All right. Just like how you would book your own air. Recommended, usually we want to include the luggage under recommended or the fastest time to get to the destination. So as you can see, this one, best price is 16 hours at $17.99. If you clicked on here, it would show $19.99 and less of a time frame to get to the destination. And then once you click on premium fares, that will show you if it's business class. And when you click down on here to open it up, it will actually say business class. And we have some really good business class fares. So definitely take a look at look at that premium fare business class to Portugal. These are real fares that we've pulled before. $3,400. But now it might be mixed that, oh, you might be going business class on one leg and economy on some of the other legs, okay? Just because they're maybe only 1 or 2 hour flights, we're not going to be booking business class for a client because that's kind of a waste and they wouldn't want it anyways. So then we would book them the mixed types of fare. All right. Then also next up is our oh, sorry, it's just not moving here. Here we go. Oh, as I said, yes, I kind of went ahead of myself, and this is just another tab to show you. Okay. This is we just introduced this brand spanking new. This is basically a week old. So we've always had groups, and I think Barcelona didn't believe in us and say, okay, no, nobody in North America really does groups. And we're like, yes, they do. Lots of agents like to sell groups. They like to host their own groups. We need to create a groups department. We have to really, really support them in groups. And they're like, okay, sure. The beginning, one person. That was all we had. Okay. After a few months, they're like, whoa, this is coming in pretty strong. Okay, let's add some people. Bam, they added 2 people. So they were up to 3 people. So I'm happy to announce that we are going to be doubling that up by the end of this month, and we are up to 6 people now in our groups department. And we've added a new form. So when you are in the Exoticca website, scrolling all the way to the bottom, you will find this little tab that will say Group Travel Program. Once you have clicked onto it, it will pull up this little request form. You go ahead and fill it out. But what is a big game changer is this portion of the group form. We now have negotiated some pre-negotiated group contracts. So if you are thinking of maybe going to these destinations with a group or quoting to a group or yourself wanting to host a group, there you have it, that you have the potential price of the land only portion of the group. So then you could be like, oh, great. Like, this is how much it's going to be. So, in your mind, you can quickly put together something and send it to your client, or click on this, and we will spit out a beautiful PDF quote to you very much quicker than we used to. It took us a little while to get this process again. We wanted to make it more streamlined for you and not have to waste your time calling us or going back and forth with us, because we understand that groups has lots of questions. You have lots of questions. So we try to minimize all the questions, also minimize anything that you preempt needed. So, the cost and what's included, the full itinerary, how to represent it, bam, pretty much right off the bat, you can go in and get that quote. So that's a nice game changer. And it is, again, a week old. They have just released this new form. So once you've clicked on it and done that, that's it. And then you'll have a group coordinator still really reach out to you through email and have that person contact you as well. And you can go back and forth with that person. If you want to have a phone call with them, 100% you can. They have a time frame that they are allowed to do callbacks and talk to them. We don't have a phone number for them to pick up just yet. And I think it's obviously because we have lots of quotes coming in still, lots of um, uh, uh, you know, groups that need to be handled. So they want to get that all tickety boo and streamlined before they start to actually take phone calls as well from you guys, the agent. And we know that a lot of times you, the agents, are working at for groups that are, further into the future, like 6 to 12 months future travel. So we have some time to contact you and talk to you. So they have that lead way. So please test us out now. And if you have a group or thinking of maybe doing a group into a destination, take a look at us. And, our pricing again is affordable. It is that great shell. And then when you do also a private tour with us, you do have a tiny, and I'm going to use those words very carefully, a tiny bit of flexibility. Okay. And so when I say that, it means you can switch some of the tours that are in your private tour, that week that you have, or the 18 days or however long that tour is, as opposed to doing it exactly the time that we suggested. So that's the little bit of deviation that we have when you do it as a group. All right. Okay, so next up is I promised I would talk about is our family collection. So this is new as well. When we launched Exotica into North America, we had lots of questions of, okay, what about families? What about kids? And and I know when you do a land tour, it is not highly recommended for kids. I have a 9 and a 6-year-old. I definitely would not take my kids to Jordan, because it would be too much for my kids and too much for me, because then I would have to deal with them. And so we recognize that. We also heard the feedback from agents, and this is the collection we have come out with. We've come out with 8 itineraries at the moment to test them out and to push it to you, to be able to push it to clients who have families that have children that are under 12 now. So baby to 12. And how it is differentiated is when you are shopping, of course, in our website, it will highlight and say family. Okay, that's the first thing to look for, family. And so when you are taking one of these tours, it is done differently than our regular, let's say, Costa Rica tour. So when you pick a family Costa Rica tour, how it works is the groups are going to be smaller. As you can see, we cap them at about 20. Family friendly hotels, that means there's more activities and things for families to do. We also will guarantee them to be on the same floor or next to each other, because we understand parents who are traveling with younger children don't want to be split up. And if they have to be split up, that they want to be very close by. Enriching experience for all ages. What does that mean is that instead of going to that beautiful cathedral that we know that you need to go see, but is not so interesting for a 6-year-old or a 9-year-old to go see, we will do a children's museum, or we'll do a cooking class, or we'll do a painting class. So those are the things that we change up in these family collection tours. Shorter transfer times mean that we choose hotels that are a little bit closer or closer to the attractions, as well as a beautiful, perfect balance between sightseeing and free time. People who are traveling with kids, they want to relax. The parents want to relax. I want a vacation. I don't want it all just to be about my kids. I want to sit there and maybe read a book or just soak in the sun or the ocean as well. So there are more free days and relaxing days or beach time, I want to say, in these family collection trips. All right. So if you have questions on these ones, please reach out, but we're excited to be able to represent these areas. So the 8 tours we have right now is family friendly Japan, Mexico, we have Costa Rica, we have Africa, we have Italy, Greece, Spain, and there's one more in it, just won't come to my head, but it is all found on our website. All right. Then I just want to highlight a couple of our promos. And so we always want to help you out to make more money with us. So what we do is we do something called a theme of the month. And so theme of the month means we focus on 3 itineraries. And when we focus on these 3 itineraries, we pay you an extra $200 commission when you sell these specific itineraries. And so if you had a client that's thinking about Peru, you might want to push it a little bit more this month, because if you do sell our Peru uh, uh, 8-day, then you will get paid an extra $200. And if you sell more than one of these tours, so if you sell multiple rooms, you will get paid the top up of that commission on every single one. It's no cap. So that's kind of nice as well. So this month is Peru and Ecuador in 19 days, and then the Brazil, Argentina, and Chile for 19 days. So that's the theme of the month, and every month it changes. So we also don't have a lot of promotions at this moment this month, because I think the prices again are quite affordable this month, and we are really wanting to focus on some new things that Exotica is offering, like our family collection, as well as our new groups that we are doing. And so this time of the year, this is a great time to kind of refocus and take a look at Exotica and see if you have some clients in your database that really want to go to these amazing destinations. All right. So that ends my PowerPoint, but I do have a couple of minutes. So I just wanted to switch over to my website. So just give me 1 second to stop sharing, and then I will share back the screen. Give me 1 second here and go back here. This is what I'm going to share. And perfect. All right. So everybody sees my screen here that is showing our website. I
Yep,
know I
we can
oh,
see it.
perfect, Candace. Okay.
We can
Thank you,
see it,
Candace.
Cindy. Yep.
Perfect. All right. So I will go ahead and just highlight two or three things on the website to help you save some time. So once you're logged in, you will know you're logged in when you see the Travel Advisor little button, as well as your name at the bottom here. So make sure you always see that, because it's identical to our consumer website. And yes, agents have booked on our consumer website by accident. No problem. I'm okay with switching it over. So don't worry about that. Also, if any clients say to you, hey, you know what? Oh, that was great that you talked to me about Exotica. I went and booked it direct. And you're like, what? Why would you do that? I know we've all been there, done that. It's happened. But as long as they okay it, you can take it over and 100% we will pay you the commission. All right. You just need to shoot us an email, any of us BDMs in your territory, shoot us the email and we will switch it over to you and pay you full commission as long as they have not left yet. All right. So as I said, I wanted to point out a couple of tabs. Destination is easy, very easy to maneuver. Obviously, you going to the destination. I don't need to talk about that. The one I want to talk about is trip style. So I'm sure you've always had a question like, "Oh, hi, I have 2 weeks in fall. Like, where should I go? Send me somewhere." Or, "I'm a first-time solo traveler. I don't know where to go. Can you like send me somewhere? Where should I go?" And you're like, "Oh, great. This is going to take me forever to like figure it out where to go and where to send them." Here is the amazing part. We help you. As a tech company, we have lots of data. So we have compiled all this data and we share it with you. So you can shop by season. What is most popular in the fall, spring, winter, summer? Interest. What is most popular going to multi-country, beach, cruising tour, honeymooners, adventure? By group, solo travelers. If you're a first-time solo traveler, where should I go? I'm going to click on this because I know a lot of people have come and asked me about solo traveling. So where should you send them, right? This is a great informational piece to let you know where people are going and what people are shopping. It's a very scary statement that I always tell agents, and it's true, but it's scary, is that we know you and your clients before you know yourself. And hey, but we're sharing it, okay? So here it is, solo traveler. This is where you should go. This is the freedom. This is what it talks about. But the best seller to solo travelers and where they're going right now is Indonesia. Did you even know that? I didn't know that before. So I went here and I looked at this. So Indonesia is one of the top destinations for solo travelers. And then it just keeps on going down, giving suggestions from most popular to obviously less popular. But it gives you great ideas, right? So it saves you time. I know time is money. So this is why we want to help you be able to save time, send it to your client and say, hey, take a look at this. This is what is suggested to you as a person that you've given me the information that you want and send it over. And when you click on our trips, you can send out a quote as little as 2 minutes. When was the last time somebody came up to you and asked you about Indonesia, solo traveling, and you can click right here and be able to see the itinerary, get the quote, download the PDF, have everything there, and then be done? Sent it off to the client. They can take a look at it and then they could say, oh, you know what? I loved it. Let's go. Or, oh, you know what? I loved aspects of this tour, but then I also did a little bit of research myself. I like to add this, this, and this. Great. That's fine. Then you can go ahead and switch it or use some of our product uh, and then add on to it. Now, again, as I said, you can't deviate it. So you can't just book a portion of our tour and then not take the rest. All right. So I like to tell you and sell to you that we're a good starting point to tell clients this is like a shell or this is the country. Take a look. A lot of people are like this fits perfectly. Great. Take it because it's what you see is what you get. But some people might say, oh no, I like it this, but I don't like this and I want this. Then that's okay. Then you move on. Then they are not an Exotica client. And I'm okay with that because the worst thing you can do is put the wrong client onto our tours and they are unhappy. We don't want that. We want happy customers to repeat and come back to you and rave about it. So we're okay with you saying, okay, then Exotica's not for you. Let's take a look at something else. So as you scroll down, you will see everything that is included. So even the included tours, and then also what's not included. So these are all the included and the optionals. So this is a perfect example of seeing this day is you've already done a couple of days of touring, as you can see, and the client's like, you know what, I'm tired. I probably want to, hang out and do nothing. That's okay. Or some people are like, no way. Like, I've gone there. I want to go. I want to see everything. Please book me into whatever I can go see. Then these are the optional activities that they can add on. We give the flexibility in that case to the client that they can be as busy as they want or to be as more relaxing as they want as well. All right. So I see that I have 5 minutes left. I'll leave. That's really all the extra info I wanted to show you on the website. If you want more website training, I encourage you to sign up for the onboarding training where you can find again on the advisor tab right over here and click here and be able to click on that and put yourself into a session as well. But here is also the self-training tab as I talked about earlier. But I want to thank you guys all for taking this little journey with me into Exotica and diving a little bit deeper. And I'll open it back up to Candice and then open it up back to any questions that anybody has put in the chat.
Thank you so much, Cindy. That was awesome. So many comments here from our Travel Week readers just saying thank you. What a great presentation. Such great info. They're really excited to dive in and start to sell, I think. So yay, thanks for that. And yeah, we have lots of questions, not a lot of time left. So I think we'll get to as many as we can. Some of them I see are like repeats from things they might have asked it and then you answered it
Okay, of
as you
course.
went through the presentation. So yeah, we can just go through and see how far we get. So the first question we have comes from Chris, and he's asking for self-guided tours in Japan. Are clients able to book guided tours for specific regions or events or monuments? Now, I know you went over this a little bit about how your tours work, but maybe you can answer this specifically for
Yeah, that's a good
Japan for
question
Chris.
because, on a free day, that might be the question of like, can I book something else that's not offered by you? You absolutely can do that. Now, the only thing is that things happen. This world does not go by what it is sometimes. Things may shut down, things may close. So we also need to be flexible in changing sometimes our tour. When I say it's set in stone, it is set in stone. But let's say something happened and that monument is closed and we had to take or switch the free day, then you might miss out. So if you book something for your client before they go, because it was deemed as a free day, then they might miss out the original itinerary plan. Now, when they're in destination and they talk to our guides and they're like, hey, I have a free day. My travel agent told me that I could talk to you. They can talk to our guides, and our guides, of course, want to help them. Now, one, unfortunately, we won't pay you commission if they do book in destination because it isn't the destination's reps tour now. And then, but anything booked prior is vetted by us, and you will be paid full commission. So we do highly recommend to always book all the optional tours beforehand before they go. And then if there is some free time and you have suggested or your client wants to do, they can look at it in destination, but don't guarantee that they will have that exact free time to be able to do it. So set the expectation there and then they won't be disappointed. But again, if the tour guide does book the tour in destination, it may also not be vetted by Exotica. So keep that in mind as well and share that with the client.
Great. That is a great answer, Cindy. Thank you so much for that. Chris also says, good to know. So thank
Yes.
you.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay. This next question comes from Justin, and he's asking about group bookings for February, March 2026. Do you know when those dates will open up for
Yeah,
bookings?
we're right now about 12 to 16 months out. I know everybody's like, we want to do groups and da 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 da. We usually, if it's a destination that you see on the group form that we have like pre-negotiated contracts, 2026 will be easier to get into those destination quote prices. The only thing you won't get is that if you decide you want air with us, because we do sell group air as long as it's in the same city leaving, then we can look at it. But again, all of our groups that we sell are land only first, and we will most likely get 2026 in the ones that we have a good relationship with. So the ones that we are suggested in the form. So for every other destination, it will be usually 12 months, like sometimes a little bit earlier, but reach out to your BDM. They're happy to reach out to product and ask, hey, I have an agent who's asking for this for 2026. Do you think it's going to be soon or later? And they can kind of give a little bit of a time frame. So definitely reach out to your BDM.
Okay, thank you for that. Okay, I know we're at time, but we just have maybe a few more
Okay,
questions that we'll do. So
I'm
hang in
good.
there. And Cindy, in the meantime, do you have a contact page that you can, in your slides, perhaps that you can reshare? So, because I know there's some people here asking about, contacting Exotica specifically if they have more personal or like just like specific for a group or a client question, then they can call in and ask. We won't ask that here. And we did have someone asking about social media handles. Do you have a slide that has those on them, or otherwise I can share them in the chat?
Yeah, no, I can. I'll go back to the PowerPoint quickly right here and share those two.
Awesome.
So
Okay, awesome.
if you just give me a minute, we're looking at here is current slide here. Okay, so here is all the phone numbers to call us, and it's also on our website, so you won't miss out on that.
Awesome.
But there's also the if you've already booked with us or have like a quick question, there is in our website on the top right hand side, contact us. There's a form they can fill out and then send advisor support at Exotica. They will answer them. It takes a little while, 24 hours or so. But again, you can also call and ask the question. So that I will have. And then when you're in the training tab, as I showed here, this training tab has the marketing. So when you're in here, you will go into the spot that is the training, and then you can go into the marketing aspects. And here you can download or share any of the social media banners, videos, or anything. But I highly recommend if anybody wants to share content on Facebook or Instagram to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. So it's Exotica Pro Canada. If you want to write that down or remember that, search that up. And I will send that also to Candice when she does that follow up. We'll send
Perfect.
those
Thank
links
you.
out. Then you click on it and then you follow. And a lot of people share the content. I do it myself to cheat. It takes 2 seconds and then it will appear on your Facebook or your Instagram reels, and then it'll reel it. And I get actually lots of agents who share that content or share our flyers, and they get questions. And I've gotten agents like, oh my God, I shared on 4 different, 4 or 6 different spots. I got 2 bites, questions, and then I booked one. Like it does really work. So yes, so you could do that, and I'll share that link as well. I'll put that down, Candice, as the social media links.
Awesome. And then, okay, for one last question here, we had a lot of people asking questions about groups, and I know that you covered a lot about groups, but just because this question came up more than once, it was answered, but we'll say it again. For groups, the minimum and maximum numbers that you can book with Exotica, if
Great
you could just
question. I didn't
repeat that.
mention
Yeah,
that.
thank you.
Yes,
Okay,
perfect.
yeah.
So our minimum
Okay,
is 10, okay, for a group. And then 20, you get the TC. So 21 is the TC. Now we take all size groups. So if you say you had 4 and they want a private, we do also a lot of private groups. They just pay extra. And then they will have their own guide and own driver, and they can actually deviate it a little bit more because it's their own kind of private tour. So that's to give you a little tip. And Now we also have two different aspects of groups. So you could do your private, and let's say you have 10, or let's say it falls under 10 or goes to 12. And then you see online and say, oh, Cindy, I see it a little bit better price. Well, that's part of our bigger group, right? So then if you say that you're like, okay, you know what? We have 10, we're okay with sharing with other people, but we just want to be all on the same tour. We can actually insert your 10 into a bigger group. So then it will sometimes be more affordable. It may be sometimes the same price, but it also can be more affordable to go and join another group that you will know. You won't know people, but then you'll be with your 10 people that you know. Okay. So that's kind of
Excellent,
how
excellent.
that works as well.
Excellent. That
Good
is a
question.
great tip. So thank you for that. Someone is asking about the pricing for the solo tour. If you click on the solo when you were showing later, is that pricing actually solo, or when you
Yes,
move forward, does it be?
100%
Yeah.
solo. So how our solo
Okay.
supplement works, if it says, it starts as low as $400, it can go up to 16 or whatever, depends on how long the tour is. Whatever that solo supplement is, it's for the entire time, the entire tour, and they will get their own single room the entire tour, but be part of the tour during the activities. So it's a very
Okay, great.
well
Thank you.
priced solo supplement. Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, and last two questions. I know I already said this, but I
No
think these are
worries.
good questions and we can answer them quickly. First, Carol was asking about the average age. So you mentioned that the average age of your clientele is 55 years, but then
Correct.
of course you also have the family product also. And so could you just clear up, even though the average age is 55, is there a minimum age? Is there a maximum age?
Yeah,
Could
that's a
you,
good
yeah,
question.
clear
So
that up?
again, as I said, a lot of our tours have lot of walking. We do welcome everybody that has children. It's not that we're like saying no, 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 but we need to tell you, like, if you were to take Jordan, if the client's like, you know what, hey, my kids are good, they can walk, they hike with me, they do lots of stuff. Great. But we've told you it is an 8 kilometer walk. Are they okay with this? We will put them on. It's not that it's a no. Some of the tours is 100% no because of the activities that they go into has a minimum age. That's the only time it will be. But again, a lot of times when you're on the website, you can't book kids under 12 because of that. So you can call us and ask us, and then we will explain to you, this is why we can't, or take the kids, or, okay, great. You want to do it? We're not going to stop you. You want to pay full price? That's fine. And then at least we've told you and warned you. So that's
Okay.
how it works
What
with
about,
us when it comes to
Cindy, what
coverage.
about for something like a honeymoon couple? Because I think that's what Carol was
Oh,
referring
yes.
to there. She was,
Honeymooners
yeah.
are highly coming to us now. We say average 55, but honeymooners are coming because, again, it's more affordable. You can get to actually, Thailand and Bali and even what you see behind me, these overwater bungalows at more of affordable price with us because we package it together. So yes, just because they're on a tour doesn't mean everybody's going to be over 55. We have 30 all the way to 70 sometimes, but just to be pre-warned that that is the average when they are on it.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, and so very last question. Um, this is from Tim, and he just wants to clarify. He says, "Hi, Cindy, great presentation. What commission does Exotica pay, and is it in full gross or just land only portion?"
Okay, so commission is a percentage of, I'm going to say up and down, depending on what consortia you're part of. And that's why I'm not going to share numbers, unfortunately. So, and yes, we pay on the full amount. So when you see these prices right here, $16.99, $23.99, we pay the full percentage on that. There's nothing taken out after taxes, anything, nothing. That is what it is, including the air. So if the air inclusive is $27.99, you are getting paid whatever percentage on that $27.99. So yes, unfortunately, we're not preferred with every single consortia out there. So that's why some percentages are different. Our lowest point, so I can tell you our lowest point that you will make with us is 10%. Okay, so you will never make less than 10% commission with us, depending. And if you're part of a preferred consortia, you will indeed make more. If you are independent, okay, if you own your own travel agency, you're not part of any consortias and things like that, reach out to your BDM, talk to them. We do have a little bit of flexibility in giving maybe a couple percentages to help you out. But yes, our starting point is 10%, and you would get paid on that full. So that's what I said when nobody pays on air, we do. We pay on air.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay. Well, thank you very much for that and for clarifying that. If you have more questions, please feel free to reach out to Exoticca. If you have questions about a specific trip or a specific client, and I know that they can answer your questions there, but we are over time. So I just want to end by saying we had lots of comments just saying how great this was. Audrey commented and said, Cindy, you are doing an excellent job. My clients had a great time, and
Thank
it
you.
gives me confidence to book with Exoticca again. So there's
Awesome.
just a
Thank you,
nice
Audrey.
little testimonial there to end the webinar for today. Again, you will get follow-ups, a follow-up email where we will announce the prize winner. We will have a link to this recording on our YouTube channel where you can view all of this content again. And Cindy is also gonna send through some links and things there for you that you've asked about. So we'll have that as well. So thank you so much for joining us today, Cindy and Exoticca Tours. Our agents really were engaged here and loved this presentation. And thank you to all of our Travel Week community for being here today. As you know, we are dedicated to providing you with the very best information to book amazing holidays for your clients. So thank you again to all. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you all again soon. Cindy, you have anything to say before we head
No,
off?
thank you, everybody. Thank you, Travel Week. Thank you, Candace, so much. Here is my information. If I'm not your BDM, that's okay. Reach out to me. I can forward your email over to the correct BDM, and they are happy to support you and come out and talk more about Exotica. So thank you, all of you, as well, for taking the time and spending it with us this morning or
Great.
afternoon, wherever you are.
Great. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye
Thank
for
you.
now.
Bye.
Bye.